Well, hello, my friend. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and welcome to Enrich Lives. I'm Brother Charles, your host, and as always, you're worthy, you're blessed, and you are a creator. That's right, you're worthy, you're blessed, and you are a creator. My friend, today is a beautiful day. By the way, if today is the day that you came upon the planet, let me say happy birthday to you. That's right. Why? Because you are somebody. You are somebody. Let me say happy birthday to you, my friend. Uh, in case this is the day that you came upon the planet. Welcome to Endless Lives, where we have we have fantastic topics that we want to build on biblical principles. And so tonight we have another fantastic topic, and that, my friend, is priorities. Priorities. What are your priorities? Priorities take precedence over anything. It's something that has to be done right away. Priorities, they are there. And of course, our scripture is going to come from Exodus 2, 11 through 14, Nehemiah, the second chapter, and Daniel 6 and 10. These are going to be dealing with priorities. Of course, you get a chance, you can read those for yourself. Today, in priorities, we're going to start off in Exodus with Moses. Here in that particular setting, Moses is a young man right now, and he's grown up in Pharaoh's household, and so Moses sees an Egyptian out there beating up another Hebrew, so he intervenes and kills the guy and hides him in the sand. The next day, the story goes on to say that Moses sees two Hebrews fighting, and he goes, "Hey, y'all should be doing everything." And they say, "Oh, no, what you gonna do? Kill us like you did that Egyptian?" No. So now all of a sudden, Moses, this thing is no. I got to get out of Dodge. I got to leave. And so all of a sudden, everything. His number one priority then was to leave. He didn't have time to sit there. Well, I don't know how that's going to know. He had to leave. That was a priority. Everything else changed. He had to get out of Dodge. He had to leave. And so Moses leaves from the situation. And when Pharaoh finds out about it, he wants to kill him. So that's why he got out. You see, it was a priority with Moses to leave. And the other situation brings in the story of Nehemiah. Nehemiah was a cupbearer in the king's palace, and he had always been kind of like a happy, jovial guy and everything, but he'd never been sad in the presence of the king. But this particular time he's sad because one of the guys came back from Jerusalem, and they tell him about how the situation is, and he asks about it, and he tell him. And so this really hurts his heart. He goes to the Lord in prayer, and then he goes on and he appears before the king. The king said, "Why are you so sad?" He said, "You're not sick or nothing. There's got to be something dealing with your heart." He said, "Yeah." He told him about the situation in Jerusalem. He wanted to go back and build a wall, and he got a letter from the king. And as the story goes on, he went back to build a wall. Now, here's one of the things that in priorities, there are going to be obstacles. Yes, there are going to be obstacles in priorities. It's just not going to be happening easy. There will be obstacles. So he goes back and he begins to build a wall, and he does accomplish his mission. But in the meantime, there were people trying to stop him from building the wall. There were all kind of hindrances coming up against him, but he succeeded in his objective of building the wall. But this was his number one priority. It was to get that wall built. This was Nehemiah's number one project. And then the other situation deals with Daniel. Daniel prayed 3 times a day. That he prayed 3 times a day, and of course there was an edict from the king saying, "Hey, when you hear this thing, you got to stop doing and bow to the idol." And Daniel didn't even pay attention to that because his priority was prayer. He prayed 3 times a day, and he prayed. And so then Daniel does this here. And so, of course, as you know the story, Daniel, he's thrown in the lion, then God delivers him from the lions and so forth. This is very interesting because your priorities are going to determine what your values are and what's very important to you. So let's look at some of the things that can be that you can have priorities in. Now, you and I have priorities in that come along right now. We're dealing with this situation with the coronavirus and so forth. It is a priority right now. It's not. It took precedence over everything else. It stopped the ball game, stopped the debates and everything else. It stopped schools. It stopped sporting events and all. Why? It was a priority because people were dying. See, this is a priority right now. So this things took precedence over everything else because it was a priority. Next thing is the fact that you're going to have to look at your life and see what your priorities are. Say, what are my priorities? Am I working just to get a big old pretty house? Do I want the big, most expensive car there is? Do I want an expensive yacht? What are my priorities? Would you rather have $50 million than just one friend? Well, what are your priorities? Well, if I'm a wino, I want some wine. That's my number one priority. If I'm a drug addict, if I'm a drug addict, I want some drugs. That's my number one priority. You don't care anything about anything else. If you're alcohol, you want alcohol. These are priorities to those individuals that are hooked, shall we say, addicted. Now, on the other hand, if you are a person who's been having these conversations, but then you say, hey, what if something happens? Where am I going to go? Well, now we have a different concept here. What are your priorities? Are they physical? Do you want physical manifestation? Do you want beautiful things? Are these priorities with you? Some people love to have nice clothes and everything. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's a priority to them. But now, as the old saying goes, when the rubber meets the road, who would you rather have? Would you have a very expensive car, Rolls Royce, or would you rather have a friend that's going to be there with you through thick and thin? See, we're going to have to look at what your priorities are, possessions, or whether your priorities are relationships, how people see you, how people deal, and how you treat people. What are your priorities? See, these are going to be the things that are going to determine what your priorities are, what your values are. Some people love to judge people and tell people how bad they are and everything, so, they get a kick out of that, but that's not who they really are, is it? Well, it may be a priority with them. Yeah, I got them told, yeah, but that's not the way you want to be dealing with people, because what you do comes back to you. There are laws in the universe, and so what you put out comes back to you. So you got to think about, hey, maybe I need to change some of my ways. Maybe I need to not be so mean and rude to people. Maybe I need to look at, I have a problem with temper. Maybe I just need to look at some of my priorities. Maybe my priorities are not in the right place. You see, because you can walk out here tomorrow and be gone. Then, no, wait, no, I wouldn't want to be like that. So now I got to look at how am I treating people? How do people perceive me? Do they think when my names come up, do they look at me and smile? Do they have a smile on their face, or do they have a frown on their face? Am I the type of person that's been that way to them? What are my priorities? What you do comes back to you, my friend. It doesn't make any difference, good or bad. Your priorities are going to be there for you. Now, I just want to be happy. Well, you can't be happy. Well, I'll tell you this right now, you won't find it in somebody else. You will only find it within you. Happiness is within you. Don't ever tell somebody, you just don't make me happy. They can't make you happy. Your happiness is within you. See, so you got to get your priorities together as to what's important to you. See, now some things coming upon the form of priorities that they would take precedence over everything else. When you find out that you went to the physician, they told you, hey, you better stop doing what you're doing, else you won't be here. Now you're gonna stop. That becomes the number one priority about your health. Your health can be a priority to you. On the other hand, you can have priorities in terms of relationships. You can be abusive. You can be very abusive. You can be terrible. You can be mean-spirited. So then, all of a sudden, when you hear this news from the physician, then you say, well, maybe I need to change the way I'm carrying myself. Maybe I need to change my priorities, my habits. See, you and I have the ability to make a change, whichever direction that we're going in. These are some of the things that we can do in terms of priorities. What are your priorities? Well, I just want to get to heaven. Well, if you want to get to heaven, you better start treating people right. You can't get to heaven by treating people, treating them wrong, saying all kinds of ugly things about them. Well, I just tell it like it is. Maybe what you're telling is not correct. See, get your priorities together. What are your priorities? See, well, I just want to be kind to people where you can. Work on that. Work on being kind to people. If you haven't been kind, work on being kind to people. You can do that, my friend. You have the ability to change your direction and go in the direction that you wish to go. So, what are your priorities? Are they spiritual? Are they physical? Are they mental? What are your priorities? Do you want to develop in certain areas of your life? Well, while you have this time out during the coronavirus and everything, well, you started working on you. Look at you. See some of the things that you say, hey, maybe I need to revisit this and go back into this thing again. What are my priorities? Am I the type of person that I really want to be? You see, unless you have grown and developed in certain areas, we all do that at particular points in time. See, the person that I was 10 years ago is not who I am today. The person that you were 12 years ago is not who you are today. The little kid that's 5 years old, when he gets 15, won't be wearing clothes that he's 5 in. You see, everything changed. We all change. Our mentalities change. How you see things. When you're young, you see things totally different. When you get old, you see things differently too. See, it's a perception thing. So what are our priorities? Well, my priorities is to be right with the Lord. Wherever you want to be right with the Lord, you better start treating people right. You better do good to people. And also, you better learn how to forgive. Forgive yourself. You can't forgive somebody else if you can't forgive yourself. It's just that simple, my friend. Getting your priorities together, that's the main thing. Now, let's make sure that we know what our priorities are. Is it for kindness? Is it for relationships? Is it for monetary goals? Whatever your priorities are, work on those, my friend. Work on those priorities. Until next time, my friends. Until next time, may the good Lord bless you. May God keep you. May love, joy, peace, and happiness forever be in your presence as you walk upon this good earth. And remember, my friend, get your priorities together and treat people the way you want to be treated. Until next time, you be blessed.